So thanks so much for all your hard work today. This was a very challenging session, I understand. Now, starting next session, and also today we're starting with it to some extent, I will ask you to do something between sessions. We call this homework. Now, even though the program is 12 weeks long, consisting of 2.5 hours or so per session, it does not mean that this is the only time you do something. In fact, if you will, this is as if you're going to the gym. You start working out and some muscle groups strengthen, and in order for your muscles to get stronger, you need to practice them. And just going to the gym once a month won't do much. You need to do this regularly and more frequently. So that's what I now ask you to do as part of these homework practices. You will need to bring that to your natural environment, home, work, and practice a lot of those exercises that we are doing here in session outside. Some of the things are not real exercise to implement, but we start out by becoming an observer of what is happening and to identify things that might trigger the social anxiety cycle. So initially, I will want you to record any distressing situations that you encountered during the week in between session. So on this record, and you can modify that to your needs. It doesn't have to be this particular sheet, but I want you to record at the minimum the experience, the situation that caused you to feel distressed. So in a social situation. At the minimum, please write down how anxious you were on a scale from 0 to 100, say, or 1 to 10, or 0 to 10. It doesn't. Let's say 0 to 10 for now. Then kind of try to think about the situation soon after it happened. Try to identify what it was that triggered the anxiety. So how, for example, how bad would it be if the situation didn't go well? What does it mean for a situation of not going well exactly? So, for example, if you are asked to, let's say, give a presentation at work, and you're very nervous about that, and you have a very high level of anxiety, and you might look inwardly and try to identify what it was that triggered this anxiety. Were you concerned that other people think badly of you, that your boss thinks that you're incompetent, that your co-workers think that you're competent? What would be the consequence of that? Would this lead to for you not to get the promotion, or perhaps being even fired or being laid off? So try to understand what is the trigger of this anxiety and what drives it, what fuels it, and also then how much could you cope with a bad outcome if it was to happen. You can simply rate it again on a 0 to 10 point scale. You have coping strategies. Are there coping strategies? If you do have them, what are these coping strategies? And specify them, please. Now, realistically, then rate how bad would the outcome? How bad would it be if this worst outcome is going to happen? Then, based on that, on a scale from 0 to 100. So again, I want you to become an observer of your anxiety. Try to detach yourself from it, and try to start analyzing the situation and your anxiety in some detail.